on Iran. What happens this afternoon? What happens tomorrow if the president backs out of the Obama transaction?
Well, this next step becomes whether or not European allies are going to maintain this deal. It looks like, from what they're forecasting, that folks like German Chancellor Angela Merkel, as well as French President Emmanuel Macron, are working with Theresa May of the United Kingdom to try to keep some framework of this deal together. But look, that SOT string that we just played, all of those sound bites from President Trump and candidate Trump speaking over and over about the criticism of this, comes at a time in which he's also negotiating a deal with North Korea. Two things to watch for 2 p.m. today. President Trump expected to make that announcement inside of the White House in the diplomat room. But before that, he's going to be meeting with Senate Republican leadership as well as Vice President Mike Pence. Most likely to say whether or not he will stay in that deal. It's going to be interesting to watch that, but also what the business community is saying. Tom Palantir, Peter Thiel's group that he invested in, that is a huge worker behind the scenes in terms of the Iran nuclear disarmament deal. Where do they stand after this moving forward?
Kevin, is there another deal on the table? So what are we actually going to hear from President Trump? Is it possible that he says, I don't like the deal, we're pulling out without any more details? Or will he give the market, something else?
Good morning, Francine. There's two parts to answer that question. First and foremost, the criticism of President Trump in terms of pulling out of this deal will be loud and vocal. But the second point is that he does face a large constituency of his conservative base, as well as allies such as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who would agree with his decision to pull out of this deal. And it's that basis for moving forward for how they will negotiate some type of other deal in terms of how to work with Iran moving forward. When you look at the exports coming from Tehran in the past 3 years that have increased to Europe by more than 350%, that is something that there are several U.S.-based businesses that feel that they're missing out on that market. The Israelis obviously feel that Iran never really wanted to broker this deal to begin with and that they've ignored it.
Right.
But moving forward, you cannot look at this and the developments of today without noting the importance of what's coming with North Korea.